My girlfriend's here. My girlfriend. She arrived. Anita, and her last name is Arctic Dolphin. Something like that. Stick around.
Okay, here on the facade you have Anita Mod. It has this warning. It almost makes me think of a cigarette package. And then another warning. The above warning only applies when this device has been filled with nicotine-containing e-juice, or e-liquid in this case. The flip side, it basically gives you some specifications on the mod, as well as some corporate information. And again, there's yet another warning. Really nothing either way. On this side here of the box, you'll have a sticker that tells you the color. Now the fun part. You take this, now this has all been wrapped in plastic, but then you have an inner box. This is simply a wrap, and you got to try to open this. And there you have the Anita. So, it is a Squonker box, and you can see the window there. We're going to look at that in a bit. Obviously, why would you be watching it? You have this foam insert, which is yet another pain in the ass to get out. And you have another panel. We're going to discuss that other panel. You have a USB wire, as well as instructions. And so you have your instructions and a warranty card. Let's take a look at the instructions. Again, it's basic, how to scroll through a menu, because it is a regulated mod. But me being me, won't probably be reading that. Inside the actual mod, you take off this cover, and you have your Squonker bottle. And this particular device will take 18650s, 27700s, and 21700s. And here you see a converter to use the 18650, and it has a battery tab. Unlike the other Squonkers that I have, it is positive on top and negative on the bottom. I'm not. There you go. There's your positive, and there's your negative. So we're going to fill her up. We're going to take her for a ride and see how she works. Okay, looking inside it here, it's got two magnets. You got one at the top, one at the bottom, and they seem to hold really well. I'm not sure what they're adhering to, because it is all plastic, but it does go on there, and there's no noise to it at all. You have that other panel I was talking about, and it's got the same thing. It's got the two magnets, but you can put this on, and it takes it from a Squonker mod to just a regular box mod. So I think that's a rather nice little addition. Okay, when we talk about a Squonker, we always look at the bottle. It seems to have a nice feel to it. Now we're going to fill it up. And the thing that I'm worried about, and what they've been talking about, is to hold this, to put it in so you don't get e-juice. So this will be quite a challenge. I'm going to put some spiced apple in here from Juggies, jughead.co. Plug. So this holds about 7 milliliters of e-juice. And of course the bottle's been washed out before I do this. You don't want to just take it out, fill it up. You want to rinse it out. I always sort of leave a wee bit at the top. Not much. You can see just a little bit. And you put in the funnel part. Now this is where it's going to get interesting. Screw that down. Actually, that worked out quite well. Now I'm going to put it in. You want to get that tab. Make sure that that's not being hindered in any way. The battery tab, which becomes a bit of a pain in the ass. And then you simply slide it up this tube. It's very, very tight. So there's right there, that's a bit of a con for me. It's a very tight fit. Edit. So you got the bottle in, you move the tab. I got a 2700 battery, put that in. See, I I'm looking at this. I got the battery in, and that tab is going to be, although handy, a bit of a pain in the ass. So I'm going to tuck that away. And then 5 clicks, Anita. So we're going to take a bit better look at that screen, put on a topper, and see how she works. If we take a tour around it, you have what I call the power side. So it has your fire button, your screen, your up and down button, and of course the output or outlet for the USB cord. This side gives you your window for the Squonk bottle. Not much happening on the side and the back. Nothing. And if I take off my top, there is your 510 connection. It is spring loaded. If I turn this to you, 5 clicks and you have Anita. Now, you have to pardon me, I've got to try to get this. I'm going to dim the lights and see if we can get a better look at it. Okay, so you click it 5 times and you have Anita. And for me, it comes on at the power mode. And you see on the screen, you have your battery indicator, your wattage, your resistance of the build you have on, your voltage and amperage. Press it 3 times, and it's tricky to do this. There we go. So you have your temperature control. You have the VPC. We're going to come back to this. You have a bypass mode, and we're coming back to power. If you press the up button and the power button at the same time, it locks the screen. Nothing can happen. You cannot fire it. Again, and it unlocks. Press the up and down button at the same time, and you get a whole batch of submenus. So the first one says power level. Power level, when you click it, it tells you whether you want it, the power to be soft, so it rises at crescendos from a low power to a higher one. Normal, it is what it is. You hit the button and you get the wattage you're looking for. And in hard, it comes very high and drops to what you're looking for. Next is your temperature control. So it has nickel, stainless steel, titanium, and TCR. Your temperature unit, if you want to have it in Fahrenheit or Celsius. Your standby time, so that's how long will it wait before the screen will shut off. So I have it at 20 seconds, which is the maximum. You have here, your screen brightness. Now I've toned it down to 6%, but you can bring it all up, but I just find it's way too bright and it's going to burn the battery for no reason. So I like to keep it down low. You have a puff counter, so you can set it. You can reset it, and then the serial number. So when you press the power button, the serial number of the device comes up. So by holding a few seconds the power button, it brings me back to here. Now it brings me back to temperature control, and a thing that I don't quite understand. According to the instruction manual that came with it, and yes, I did look at it, if I have a non-temperature control material in my build, it will not fire. It's firing. I have Cantal. So that is a major fail to me. I want to bring it back to wattage mode, because that's how I'm going to use it. If I do 5 clicks, it just says powering on, and that's it. So let's go up top, and we're going to be talking a bit more about this device.
Okay, so this is merely a test. Temperature control test. I have it 430 watts. As you see, it's just a bunch of cotton shoved into a stainless steel coil. And I'm getting a message. No liquid. I'll bring that temperature down to 295. I get no message. And not even a singe of cotton. So I know that there's, it's been said that the temperature control doesn't work on this. That to me is proof positive that it does work on this. It worked out fine. Having said that, I have the same type of coil in my Bonza, and let me get that on. Okay, I got the same exact coil. This is dual coil build, stainless steel, and again 400 watts, but there is juice on the cotton. Works just fine. So I don't know what's going on with people saying the temperature control doesn't work, and this is just people talking. But obviously from mine, it did work. It worked extremely well, exactly what you'd want. Perfectly dry cotton, absolutely nothing. It said no liquid, dropped the temperature, and again, it didn't say no liquid, but it didn't even singe the cotton. And again, I just took a shot of cotton, put it through the coil, and you could see that it didn't singe the cotton at all. So that all that to say, temperature control, it works. Now, there is a massive con to this. The massive con, simply stated, is the bottle. The Squonk bottle on this thing is horrid. The one that comes with it, I changed it out. I took, I don't know if you watched it, but the Raptor, the video I did on the Raptor, did that and used that instead. I'm not a person that uses temperature control. I'm using it in power mod, which you can with stainless steel coils. Works like a charm. I do go through a lot of batteries on this, and I'm not sure why. But I mean, if you're vaping 70 watts, it's one battery, and I vape a lot. That would probably be the reason why. Once I changed out the bottle, no problems at all. Absolutely no problems at all. Touch wood. It is an all plastic mod, as I mentioned before, but all my Squonkers are. So for 40 bucks, you can't expect the world. Okay? Really. If you want to spend 60, 70, $80 on a regulated Squonk, you're going to be able to find something really nice. I didn't want to do that because the whole squonking experience is new to me. But I wanted a regulated mod. I have unregulated and I have mechanical, so I want something with the regulated. I like the power mod. I use the power mod. I really didn't use the bypass too often. Want to try it out, but of course bypass will only be as good as the charge you have left in the battery. Whereas the power mod I found worked really well up until the battery was probably at about, I'll say 65% roughly. And then you notice it diminish, obviously, the diminished vape on it. But that was nothing, just either kick down the wattage or change out the battery. There was no massive delay that I found in power mod. You hit it and it works. So it's all good. Again, it's value for price. Would it be my first regulated Squonk I would choose? Probably not, because there are some really nice ones out there, and there's more coming. There's been a lot of press about the, what the hell is it called? It was supposed to have the gene chip, and it didn't have the gene chip. Bear with me a second, and I will get the name of that mod for you. I'm speaking of, if you haven't figured it out yet, the Vandy Vape Pulse. I don't know. I don't have one, but it's a pricing. I'm on a site and it's saying that's $94. The VTN box, and the reason why I didn't like the VTN box was it only took 18650s, which means I'd be going through a lot more batteries. But that's listed at 100. Obviously, I'm at a very different site with lower pricing, and the Anita on the same website sells for Canadian sells for 33 bucks. So all in all, it's a pretty good deal for me. I'm enjoying it. As I said, I've been using it non-stop for the last 2 weeks. It's probably the only mod that I've been using consistently. I just switched back into using a tank rather than a dripper when I'm walking around. But again, I've said this in the last 2 videos. I love the practicality of a Squonk bottle, and once you get the right bottle, it works. The other one, it's trash. So whoever makes the Anita, who is it? Who is it makes the Anita? Who is it makes the Anita, Lord? It is Arctic Dolphin. Should have remembered. Smart now. Change the bottle. That's probably the biggest thing that people hate is the bottle. Change it. Come out with a new version. Make sure that that bottle's not part of it. So that's it. The Arctic Dolphin Anita. Enjoying it so far. Folks, I hope you got something out of this because you know I love having you over. Please stay healthy and happy vaping. Take care, folks.